Wrestlers built real-world strength for centuries without ever touching a barbell. They did it by locking into positions that forced grip, core, and joints to work as a single unit. After 40, that kind of usable strength matters more than how much you can bench. These 7 holds challenge your body in ways barbells often miss, and most require nothing but a towel or the floor. Each one comes with a safe time prescription and a clear warning about who should modify it or skip it. Your grip is the canary in the coal mine. Scientists have found grip strength predicts how long men live, how likely they are to fall, even how sharp their minds stay. That's how much it matters. It's one of the first things researchers measure in aging men, because it tells them more about overall health than almost any other single test. The towel grip dead hang is the fastest way to test and build it. Drape a thick towel over a pull-up bar, grip both ends with your palms facing each other, and let your body hang with your shoulders pulled down away from your ears. Don't swing, just hold. The towel makes the hold harder than a normal bar grip. It forces the muscles on the front of your forearms and the small muscles inside your hands to squeeze constantly so the fabric doesn't slip. That constant squeeze builds tendon stiffness and trains the signals your nervous system sends to your hands. It's exactly what you need for real life. Start with 10 to 20 seconds. As your grip adapts over the weeks, work up to 30 or 45 seconds. Breathe normally the entire time. Never hold your breath, because clamping down on a static position under tension can spike your blood pressure. This hold does more than strengthen your hands. Your shoulder stabilizers, lats, and deep core all fire to keep you steady. It's the same control you call on when you reach overhead to grab something from a high shelf or steady yourself on a railing. Think about the last time you carried 2 heavy grocery bags up a flight of stairs or held a grandchild's hand while they climbed a playground structure. That's the strength this hold builds. It's not about having big forearms. It's about having a grip that doesn't give out when life demands it. If you have shoulder pain that gets worse when you reach overhead, or if you have uncontrolled high blood pressure, skip the full hang. Instead, use a lower bar, keep your feet on the floor, and let your legs take some weight while your grip still works. That regression builds the same pattern safely. A strong grip is useless if the rest of your body doesn't know how to work as one unit. The bear crawl hold fixes that. Get on all fours with your hands under your shoulders and your knees hovering just above the ground. Keep your spine flat like a table, look slightly forward, and freeze. This position forces your shoulders, core, hips, and even your ankles to stabilize at the same time. Every muscle has to stay engaged to stop you from sagging or tipping. Wrestlers use crawling patterns for exactly this reason. The total body control they build on the mat carries straight over to everyday life. Holding this position improves how your brain recruits your muscles right where you need them. Your body reacts faster when you stumble or reach for something low. The tendon and muscle benefits are just as important as the coordination, because static holds at this joint angle train the small stabilizers around your shoulders and hips that barbell curls and leg presses often ignore. Start with 15 to 20 seconds. Focus on keeping your hips level and your chin tucked so your neck stays long. If your wrists complain, make fists or use small push-up handles to take the bend out of the joint. The real-world value shows up when you catch yourself during a stumble on uneven ground, move across a slick garage floor, or grab for something under a sink without losing your balance. That's the kind of automatic strength that stops a fall before it starts. If you have knee issues that make hovering painful, let your toes touch the ground lightly for support. You're still getting most of the benefit as long as your core stays braced and your hips don't sag. But what about the lower body? That's where most men feel the first signs of real decline. The deep squat wrestler stance hold protects your knees and hips while rebuilding the range of motion you need for daily life. Stand with your feet about shoulder width apart or slightly wider and squat down as low as you can while keeping your heels on the floor. Press your elbows against the inside of your knees to open your hips and hold the position with a flat back and an upright chest. Wrestlers live in this position. They train to stay low, stable, and ready to drive upward at any moment. For you, that same posture rebuilds the ankle, knee, and hip flexibility that lets you tie your shoes, garden without pain, or stand up from a low chair without using your hands. The deep squat is also the position your body naturally wants to use when you lift something heavy from the ground with good form. If you can't hold it comfortably, that's a sign your ankles and hips have tightened up over the years. Controlled static loading at the knee stimulates the natural fluid inside the joint and keeps the surfaces nourished. That's why many physical therapists use static squat holds to help older adults maintain healthy knees. Keep breathing the whole time, since straining against trapped air will push your blood pressure up. Start with 20 to 30 seconds. If your heels lift, slide a small weight plate or a folded towel underneath them so you can sit back and take pressure off the front of the knee. Over time, work up to 45 or even 60 seconds as your joints adapt. If you have active knee pain from arthritis, start with a higher partial squat and shorten the duration to 10 or 15 seconds. Sharp pain is your stop signal. A dull working sensation in the muscles is fine, but anything that feels like grinding or catching in the joint means you need a higher position or a shorter hold. If holds like these are clicking for you, my ebook packs in 50 more, organized so you always know which one to do next. It's the full system for staying strong into any age. The link is below. The next hold is the one that separates weekend warriors from men who stay capable into their 60s. It's called the Zercher Hold, and it teaches your body how to carry a load in front of you without rounding your back or collapsing your shoulders. Hold a kettlebell, sandbag, or even a heavy backpack cradled in the crooks of your elbows. Stand tall, pull your shoulders back, and brace your core as if someone is about to punch you in the stomach. The weight wants to pull your arms down and drag your spine forward. Every muscle from your grip to your glutes has to fight back. This is the exact tension you need when you carry groceries upstairs, lift a grandchild, or haul a cooler to the car. No other hold demands grip, core, upper back, and hip stability all at once the way a loaded front carry does. In wrestling, this is called the clinch, and the athlete who controls the clinch usually controls the match. The same principle applies when you carry a squirming toddler or a heavy duffel bag through an airport. Start with a light load you can control and hold it for 20 to 30 seconds. As you get stronger, you can add weight or walk a short distance while maintaining the same tall posture. Never let your lower back arch or your elbows drift away from your body. That's the moment the load shifts onto your spine instead of your muscles. If you have a history of herniated discs or uncontrolled high blood pressure, keep the load very light and the duration short. You can also skip this hold and use a simple farmer's carry with weights at your sides instead. The front-loaded position is more demanding on the core and the cardiovascular system, so it deserves respect. But none of these holds matter if your core switches off at the wrong moment. The hollow body clinch squeeze trains the deep core muscles that protect your low back during every other movement on this list. Lie on your back with your legs straight and your arms reaching overhead. Press your lower back firmly into the floor, then lift your shoulders and your legs a few inches off the ground. Squeeze as hard as you can, as if someone is trying to pull your arms and legs apart, and hold that tension. Wrestlers use this shape to avoid being turned or pinned. A hollow body is structurally strong from the front. For you, that same full front tension protects your spine when you lift a bag of mulch, reach overhead to change a light bulb, or brace yourself before standing up from a low position. The critical checkpoint is your lower back. If it arches off the floor, the hold is over. Bend your knees or raise your legs higher until your back stays flat against the floor. A flat lower back means your deep core is doing the work. Your hip flexors aren't yanking on your spine. Start with 10 to 15 seconds. That will feel longer than you expect if you're doing it correctly. Over the weeks, build to 20 or 30 seconds, but never sacrifice form for time. If you have chronic low back pain, bend your knees to 90 degrees and keep your arms at your sides instead of overhead. That shortens the lever and reduces the stress on your low back while still teaching your core how to stay switched on. Now we need to talk about the one hold that most people think is dangerous after 40 and how to do it safely. You've probably seen old wrestlers bridge on their neck and head to build strength in the back of the body. Do not do that. Your neck is not built to bear weight directly at this age. Men over 40 already have enough wear and tear in their necks without adding load. Old school wrestlers trained the full neck bridge because it could save a match when they were seconds away from being pinned flat. You don't need that extreme version, but you absolutely need the basic hip strength that lets you get up off the ground without using your hands. Instead, use a supine hip bridge hold that trains the same muscles without the needless risk. Lie flat with your knees bent and your feet on the floor. Lift your hips until your shoulders, hips, and knees form a straight line. Squeeze your glutes hard and hold. This position drives your glutes, hamstrings, and the muscles along your spine. That's the exact muscle sequence you use to stand up after a fall, get out of bed without momentum, or climb a steep driveway. Strong glutes are the engine that powers you off the ground, and they're often the first muscles to weaken as men age. The form checkpoint is simple. If you feel the work in your low back instead of your buttocks, your glutes aren't doing their job. Lower your hips an inch, squeeze your glutes first, and then lift back up. The burn belongs in your backside, not your spine. Start with 20 to 30 seconds. Once that feels solid, lift one foot slightly off the ground for a few seconds at a time to challenge single leg stability, but only if your hips stay level and your back stays neutral. If you have spinal stenosis or severe osteoporosis, skip this hold. Use a supported hip lift with your shoulders elevated on a sturdy couch or bench instead. That reduces the range of motion and the load on your vertebrae, while still teaching your glutes how to drive extension. The last hold ties everything together. It demands grip, core, balance, and the ability to react without falling. That's precisely what you need when life throws you off center. Start in a side plank on your forearm with your feet stacked and your hips lifted. Keep your body in a straight line from head to heels. Now slowly thread your top arm underneath your body and reach it back out without letting your hips sag or rotate. Wrestlers use this kind of strength during scrambles and turnovers on the mat. It stops their body from twisting when it shouldn't. For you, it matters when you reach for something on a high shelf, while balancing on a step stool, recover from a sideways stumble on ice, or twist to grab a seatbelt in the car. The reach-through turns a static hold into a moving one, which forces your obliques and deep core stabilizers to work even harder to keep your spine neutral. That's the kind of reflexive core strength that protects your back during unexpected movements. Start with the to 15 seconds per side, focusing on keeping your hips stacked and your shoulder stable. If your wrist bothers you, perform the hold from your knees instead of your feet, or use a push-up handle to keep the wrist straight. If you have active shoulder issues, keep the arm reach very small, or skip the reach entirely and just hold a static side plank. You're still building the lateral core and shoulder stability that prevent falls and keep your spine safe during daily tasks. These 7 holds aren't about becoming a wrestler. They are about borrowing the safest, most proven parts of wrestler training to keep your body capable for real life. Which hold did you try first, and what did you feel? Write in the comments. It'll be interesting to read.